What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Truzz the Bank podcast. Myself and Joshua, we are here. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure to check out the podcast platforms if you want to listen to the entire podcast, or you can wait and over the next couple of days, we will be putting out those other segments. We've got a fun episode, to talk about this, today, this week. We're going to be talking about the receiver room. We're going to be talking about Todd Monkin's red zone offense, and then finally getting into kind of a projection of what the Ravens' next 5 years are going to look like underneath Lamar Jackson's command. But Joshua, I know you've seen him. I know the TTB family has seen him. Odell put out workout videos. Zay Flowers put out workout videos. And I don't know if people also saw, but Keaton Mitchell also posted. I mean, the Ravens don't like this, but Keaton Mitchell posted some route concepts.
Yeah.
But Joshua, what are you feeling about these wide receivers? They're all very similar, or not all very similar, but a lot of similar skill sets, crisp route running, that kind of thing. How does this Ravens passing game look with these route running technician wide receivers?
I mean, that's the great thing about it. We wasn't very good at developing, route runners and wide receivers, period. Now you're going to get some guys that's going to come into the facility that's, a little bit more polished than what we've been dealing with. Of course, they're going to get coached up. I forgot who's the new wide receiver coach, but Nelson, he has ties with Nelson Aguilar from USC, and he also was the wide receiver coach previously at Minnesota, I believe. I think it's Greg Lewis. Correct me if I'm wrong, but
yeah, Greg Lewis.
Okay, great. So he definitely has a great history of getting the best out of guys, and you finally get a vet wide receiver in Odell. That's actually good, not a Sammy Watkins. So the younger guys can definitely have someone to get that coaching ability from to learn how to make those spectacular catches, learn how to make their routes more crisp, learn how to beat the defenders on the one-on-ones and the press and things of that nature. So, it's definitely something beautiful to see. Also, it's going to be so much easier for the quarterback because you're going to have guys that's going to be more available and more open. I mean, we talk about, you hear the criticism in regards to, a lot of QB's progress in the league. But, sometimes you need a great wide receiver to, sometimes take that QB to the next level. I mean, look at Stephon Diggs and Josh Allen. We all knew Josh Allen for a big arm, but once they brought in Stephon Diggs into Buffalo, he became more of a better thrower of the ball. Even Peyton Manning, even Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Steve Youngs. You still need someone to throw the ball to make that QB look even better. So shout out to Lamar for doing the hard work on his end. But now I feel like, this upcoming season is going to be, the load's going to be a lot lighter for him because he's going to have guys he can throw the ball all the way around to. And also they're going to be more available for him as well.
Yeah, I think having, and I hate to say competent, but having competent wide receivers is going to drastically help out the team in the passing game. I'm not going to talk about the running game. I'm not going to talk about the tight ends, but in terms of the wide receivers, having multiple players that can get the ball in space and make a play, can create space for themselves, and catch the ball when it's thrown up in the air. The Ravens last year, once Rashad Bateman was hurt, had none of those. They didn't have any players that could make stuff happen in space. They didn't have any players that could make contested catches, at least any they were using. And they didn't have anybody that could create separation and get space for themselves. And all of a sudden you look at it and you're like, okay, Bateman, he's done it after the catch. He has a 79-yard receiving touchdown in his career. He's generated space, and he's made difficult catches, right? Now, was his difficult catch thrown by Tyler Huntley? Yes, but it doesn't matter. He made the catch. Shout out Cleveland Browns. Should have been his first touchdown. Still upset that it wasn't. Oh, well, we punched it in at the 1 yard line because we didn't do a QB sneak. Oh, well, or at least QB sneak over the goal line. But overall, these players, I think the biggest thing is going to be getting the ball out quick. And I mentioned the Keaton Mitchell video leak of that, that one play, and people didn't see it. He basically ran a streak on the right side. And he caught it and he got a touchdown or whatever. But there were a lot of underneath concepts there. There was a slant right on the outside. I believe it was 2 or 3, quick hooks, baby hooks. Then the slant was going in behind it. But I think that's going to be something that the Ravens are really looking at, not in the terms of Greg Roman, because Greg Roman was like, all right, Lamar, you're going to drop back. You're going to wait 8 seconds and then you're going to hit these checkdowns. I think the Ravens are going to do a hot potato, right? Snap, catch, throw, right? Yeah. Snap, catch, throw, give it to Bateman, give it to Duvernay, give it to, Zay Flowers, give it to Odell. And you have maybe Odell on the outside. So if Lamar snaps, looks one-on-one, all right, I can throw it up. Or maybe he has a speed guy like Aguilar. Boom, look. Oh, he's got a step, throw it up. Or hit the quick underneath. Get the ball in the hands of your speedsters because, Zay Flowers was drafted not because of his route running. He was drafted because of his explosive short area quickness. Right. And that helps route running. Absolutely. But it also helps his yak. And, his best plays in college weren't, him cooking a guy on a 15-yard, post route. It wasn't him on an out route. It wasn't him on a slant. It was him catching the ball, making 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys miss. I think my favorite play of him was him trying to do a cutback, slips, catches himself on the backhand, stands up, brings it back around the other side and, takes it for a huge gain. But that's why they brought him in. And that's what he is so good at. And that's what I think Todd Monkin is going to be able to utilize because remember, we have Mark Andrews and Isaiah Likely, 2 guys that, you can just sit in the middle of the field and they'll be able to make a play.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we're going to see every single one of these Ravens wide receivers play every single role. I don't think it's going to be, okay, Rashad Bateman, you are the X. All right. Zay Flowers, you are the Z. And Odell, you are the Y. That's not what it's going to be. It's going to be, hey, on this play, Odell, you're going to line up in the slot. You're going to run, a slant route. We're going to have Zay Flowers. He's going to run a drag. And Rashad Bateman, he's going to run a deep post. And then we also have a crosser from Mark Andrews, whatever. Next play, it's going to be, all right, Bateman, you're in the slot. You're going to run a 5-yard out. We're going to have Odell on the outside. He's going to run the streak. He's going to pull that defense. We're going to have Zay Flowers. We're in a mesh concept and, maybe a rub route with Mark Andrews. Quick, get the ball out. I think that's going to be something that we see out of Todd Monkin's offense, and I think that's going to benefit not only Lamar, but also the wide receivers because they want the ball in their hands quickly. And rather than just sitting and making Lamar wait forever, which is what Greg Roman would do, if you get it out into the hands of your playmakers, your weapons, the guys you're spending money on, that's going to help limit pass rush, help keep Lamar protected, and let everybody get involved in the offense because it's not going to be you're just doing this one job because that's what it was with Greg Roman. It was Rashad Bateman. For some reason, you're the deep threat. I don't know why that was. But he was. Yeah. Devin Duvernay, you are our gadget guy.
Yeah.
Mark Andrews, you are the guy we're going to throw to every single time. That is our offense. Patrick Ricard, you're going to be the guy that runs to the flats and probably drops the pass. That's our offense. All right. We're going to run the football. That's what really matters. I'm very excited to see what this offense brings, but I think I'm more excited to see how every single one of these wide receivers is utilized because a lot of people are counting out each player, not as a unit. I think most people can say, I think I saw the Ravens were ranked 18th in terms of unit. But when I see people talk about, individual play and individual players, like every Ravens player is talked about poorly. Oh, Odell hasn't been the same guy. Rashad Bateman, he's not good. And then it's like Zay Flowers, you can't trust a rookie. And you're like, wait a minute. Everybody thinks the Ravens unit is pretty good. But then you talk about anybody individually and people are like, nah, they're not going to do anything. I want to see how they prove people wrong.
I believe a rookie last year came and helped the team mid-season fight for a Super Bowl last year. I'm just saying. With Kadarius Toney, where everybody pretty much doubted and counted him out. I love the fact that you bring up it's not going to be so much, wide receiver one. This guy's going to be the X, or this guy's going to be the Y. This guy's going to be the Z. I think when you think about a selfless team in regards to wide receivers, you got to look at the Kansas City Chiefs. Everybody is a catcher of the ball. When it came to Tyreek Hill, and when it came to Travis Kelce, McCole Hartman, Sammy Watkins, it can be literally the sixth man on the depth chart, and he can come in the game and get a touchdown. Because of how that offense was ran. So I do feel like with this wide receiver core that we have now assembled, I still feel like we still got to see some guys prove themselves, because I know people probably still, I don't know how people feel about the Nelson Aguilar move. I mean, I would like Dante Demas to possibly beat out Nelson Aguilar and move up on the depth chart. It's no hate towards Nelson, but like I said before, you never know which Nelson shows up on Sunday, Monday, or Thursday football. So to see a Maryland guy, a 6'4" big body guy, that don't mind going underneath and make the contested catches and be consistent. I don't mind seeing a young man out there out on the field like that. And Todd Monkin does like his big body wide receivers, no matter what nobody says. But I do feel like, with this wide receiver core, you can have a selfless type of offense. Because something I keep on harping on, the way our personnel is going to be is the way the NBA or basketball is about to be. It's about to be positionless basketball. It's no more, this guy's just a center. No, you got seven ones. Mr. Victor Wembanyama. I know I'm probably saying his name incorrectly.
7'5", I believe he is.
And his little brother's like 7'2". And they got handled. Look at the Jokic brothers. The youngest one's 6'10" at Miami. When he gets play time, he does what he does. He does his work. So I mean, just like basketball's becoming positionless. Yes, you still you have those positions on the depth chart. In the NFL on the football roster, but the way offense and even defenses are running different types of schemes. Look at Kyle Hamilton, how he was used last year. Just because he was on the depth chart as a safety, he was moved around everywhere. So I feel like it's going to be definitely a positionless type of style of offense where everybody gets to eat, like you said, McConnell. And this is something to look forward to, because this is probably one of the. I know people may say we reach in, but this might arguably be one of the best wide receiver corps since the 2012 run. I feel like I got a good feeling about this wide receiver class. I know I wasn't too big on Zay Flowers, but at the end of the day, because I wanted Jordan Addison, I know Zay Flowers is a playmaker. I've seen the highlights. I've seen what he can do. I know what he can add to this team. I trust Odell Beckham Jr. He took a year and a half off to get his body and mental right. Usually when a player does that, they come back in rare form. And we don't need, Odell Beckham of, New York Giants days. We just need Odell Beckham, in his 30s, good production. He doesn't have to overdo it. And we still got Rashad Bateman. This is his third year. I know people are going to say he's injury prone, but injuries happen. And hopefully with Steve Saunders out the facility, we see him play a full season. I'm wishing and praying, hoping the best for this young man, because we've seen the potential in him. We just needed it for a full season, because I feel like this could be the year he really takes off.